What's up, y'all? So, I ain't made a video since Christmas time. And the last time, I think I showed y'all, but I'm not sure. But the last time I was pregnant, but now I'm not. My little one is right over here. She sleep. She knocked out. But I just wanted to do a little story time of my labor. So basically it was the 28th of January at like 10:31, and like these really, really bad pains just like hit my whole body. And I was like, oh snap. So I timed it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if they're 10 minutes apart. So then 10:41 came and the same pain came. I was like, oh snap. So then I went in my mom's room, where I am right now. I'm in my mom's room, not in my room. I'm not in my room. But I came in my mom's room and I was like, Ma, I'm having pain. I've been timing it and it's like 10 minutes apart. So she's telling me to lay down and to keep timing it. So I said, okay. So then 10:51 came and I felt the exact same pain. So I'm like, Ma, it happened again. So then 10:53 came, it happened again. 10:55 came, it happened again. I was like, Ma, I think it is time. But instead of her like, sorry. So instead of her like waking up, getting dressed, she continues to lay in the bed. And she's like, it hurt, don't it? And I'm like, yes, Mom, it hurts. She's like, call your doctor. So again, instead of her getting up to get dressed, time to go, no, she stays in the bed. So I call my doctor and we have to go through this whole freaking prompt just to get in contact with the doctor. And when I called my doctor, it was like, I believe it was like 11 something. Don't really remember. And she was like, okay, I'm going to stay on the phone with you to see, how you sound. Mind you, I'm like, this is the bed here. And I'm scrunched over because it's hurting. Talking to my doctor. And she's like, how far apart are they? I was like, well, they was 10 minutes. And now they're like 2 minutes apart. She was like, well, I just want to hear what you sound like when another contraction comes. I am in pain. Like, in pain. So I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, my water finna break. Something's gonna happen. No, it didn't. So my little sister goes in her room and she's like, I'm ready. I'm dressed. I'm ready to go. Mind you, my mom is still not dressed. She's still walking around here with her night clothes on. I'm like, look, it's time to go. So I'm putting the last minute stuff in my hospital bag, getting the baby bag ready, everything. I'm like, oh snap, this is really, really happening. Like, this is happening. So I called the child's father because we're not together anymore. Yeah. Anyway, I called the child's father. He doesn't answer the phone the first time. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to keep calling you because I'm in pain. I'm trying to like focus. So we're in the car and my little sister is just, I guess trying to lighten the mood and all of that. But my mom is trying to like speed, but not like speed, I guess, because, I was in pain and she didn't want to like cause the pain to be worse. I don't really know. But sorry. But she was like not driving fast enough, But when we got to the hospital, she runs inside and she gets the lady, and the lady comes with the wheelchair. Mind you, we have to go so at my hospital, we have to go Like, if it's after a certain time, we have to go all the way around to the labor and delivery spot because they shut down the doors at 9. Like I said, I went into labor I was having contractions at 10:31. So, yeah. So we get upstairs with the security man, and they're like, asking me all these questions. Mind you, I thought that I already registered and didn't have to fill out no paperwork when I got there. But I did. OMG. Sorry, guys. Anyway. So, I pre-registered because my doctor was like, yeah, if you pre-register, you won't have no paperwork to fill out. When you get there, you just go straight in. Okay. So, then I get there, and they're still asking me questions. What's your name? What's your date of birth? We need your insurance cards. I'm like, ugh. And I just tell my mama to do it because, mind you, I'm trying to walk around the room and I'm in pain. So finally they tell me to lay down. She checks my cervix. I'm 3 centimeters. Just 3. Mind you, nothing really happens until like 4 or 5. So, yeah. So we're not even in the labor and delivery room yet. We're just sitting in, like, I guess the waiting room. The waiting area. I don't know what it's called, but they get me with the IV in my arm, and then they hook me up to start hearing the baby's, to keep track of the baby's heartbeat. So as I'm talking to the lady, I think it was the doctor, the other lady who was keeping track of the heartbeat, like, had this, like, real worried face, like a worried face. And I turn over and I'm looking at her, and she's like, I need you to turn on your side. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to, but it's like hurting. Like, my whole body is like hurting. Like, I feel useless. Okay? So she's like, I need you to lay on your side. And I'm sitting here like, is everything okay? She was like, we don't hear the heartbeat anymore. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And basically, when I was having the contraction, it was squeezing my child's head. So she didn't like that at all. Mind you, when I went for my 36 week check, my baby's head was already really, really low. Like, low. I wasn't dilated or nothing, but her head was already low. So I think that was like one of the main causes of whenever I had a contraction, it would squeeze her head because, contract. Yeah. Anyway, so I laid on my side, but apparently that wasn't doing nothing. So I had to get on all fours, like a little dog. Get on all fours, and after that happened, she was okay. But then they just kept asking me all these questions, having me to sign stuff. And then the freaking doctor, okay. And then the doctor was trying to get me to sign stuff when I was having contractions. Like, no ma'am, wait till after it goes away. So then after everything was done in that room, they finally sent me to the labor and delivery room. Now, when we got to the labor and delivery room, they had to put me on a little drip thing. So mind you, when I'm having contractions, like, I'm thinking like I need epidural now, but they wouldn't give me the freaking epidural until freaking the drip was done. So I'm sitting here looking at this drip like, OMG, like, this is taking the longest. But like every single time the contraction came, everybody was just telling me to breathe. And I'm sitting here like, bro, I can't freaking breathe. Like, I'm banging, like, like the little, when you're in the hospital bed, there's like a a little plate. Man, they gonna elbow me on my boobie. Anyway, there's like a little rest right here that controls how you go up and down and move the bed and all that. Yes, I'm banging on it like every time the contraction comes. I'm banging on it like bam, 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 because it was hurting that bad. But anyway, as the drip was going, the child's father finally comes in and he's like trying to be all, oh look here, baby, blah, blah, blah. But he was literally getting on my nerves, and I'm sitting here like, you will be asked to leave. Like, it's just so freaking annoying. But anyway, so finally the drip is over, and they finally freaking call. No, even before they even called the people to do the epidural, they had to freaking turn me on my side in order for them to be able to hear the heartbeat. I had to be on my side, but me laying on my side was hurting, and I'm like, this doesn't feel good, like at all. This does not feel good, but I had to be there. But finally then they had to kick out. They had to kick out 2 people because there can only be 1 person in the room, and my little sister, she volunteered to be in the room when I got the epidural. That's fine, but the epidural wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. At all. I thought it was gonna be like really painful, but I mean, of course, I felt the pressure. I felt the pinching and all of that, but I just wanted it to hurry up and be in my system so that I can freaking feel better. But finally, the stuff started kicking in. I couldn't feel my freaking legs. And they kept telling me to go on my side, but like, I guess like all the medicine was like going to one side. So like, it felt like my whole right side felt like, I don't know, it just felt weird. Like, my butt cheek felt like I had silicone in it, like, even though I don't know what silicone feels like in a butt cheek, but it felt weird. And I was like, this is really uncomfortable. Like, can we go to another side? Can we try something else? But then the doctor came back in after the epidural, and I was only 5 centimeters. Well, I think that was, no, before I got the epidural, I was only 5 centimeters. So they was like, let us know if you feel any pressure to where you gotta push. And mind you, like, I don't want to sleep like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. But I had kept waking up because my throat felt dry because I had to have the little oxygen thing on me. And I was like, can I get some water? They was like, no, you can't drink no water. But they gave me some ice chips. That didn't work. Like, then I was trying to drink the cup and I was like, oops, I'm sorry, I forgot. I can't have no freaking water. Then finally, I don't know, my freaking child's father left and I didn't know where he was at. And then I had called him and told him, well, yeah, I didn't know where he was at. And my doctor came in and she checked me again and was like, okay, well, looks like it's time to push. I'm like, time to push? Mind you, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't feel no pressure. I didn't feel like I had to go boo-boo. I didn't feel none of that. My water didn't break, none of that. Like, I was just started having contractions. My water probably did break, but I didn't feel none of it. So, I don't know. So they like coached me on how to like push, and she was like, well, we're ready. So then they started bringing in all the stuff. So I'm calling him. I'm like, where are you at? He was like, I'm getting my mom. I'm like, first of all, I'm telling him like, it can only be 2 people in here. Because my mom had left. She had went to work. I was like, it can only be 2 people in here. And he was like, okay, I'm coming, like trying to get attitude and all that. And so he walks in and his freaking mom and whole family is walking in there. I'm like, bruh, I just told you on the phone it can only be 2 people. And he's still trying to argue with me. I'm like, bruh, I will kick you out. Like, you won't even see your freaking child born. Like, at all. And I wouldn't even care. Wouldn't even care. But, yeah, I didn't have her until 8:15 on January 29th. And it only took me 11 minutes to push. But I was in labor from 10:31 all the way up until 8:50. Well, yeah. I was there from started the labor process from 10:31 all the way up to 8:15 when she was born. Yep, and she weighed 6 pounds, 11 ounces. She was 19 inches. She was a long baby. And her head was like really elongated because, like I said, from 35 weeks all the way up till I was 39 weeks and 4 days when I went into labor with her, because her original due date was on the 1st. But her head is really long because of that. But they said it'll go away, hopefully, because her forehead is huge. Okay, huge. But yeah, other than that, I didn't feel nothing once the epidural was in, like nothing. The only thing is, after you get the epidural, like, I don't know, when everything starts to wear off and you don't have no baby anymore, you feel everything. Everything. But now she's a whole week old. She's a week and 2 days old. And now I have a little baby. And no, I'm not young. I'm 25. So don't be like, oh my God, she looks so young. No, I'm 25. So, but it is something, you know, your whole sleep schedule changes. The way you do things change. But wouldn't change it for the world. But that is my story. Hope y'all like the video. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you hit that post notification bell right next to it. Okay, because, you know, yeah. But peace, love, and happiness, y'all. Because we are out.